Hi. So this is just like a little preview video. I will be doing an review of this series after I've read it all. So basically, what I've been doing this week and past few weeks, I've been going on eBay and just going off a bucket list I've written out of series that I'd like to get back into my collection because as most comic collectors do, they do mass purges, they sell stuff because of different things, they need to make up space, etc. Life gets in the way, and then you have remorse afterwards, pining for these series. And for me, it's never the big name series, it's always like the oddballs, the ones where it's a specific writer, or there's just something about the series which is slightly unusual. I like really weird series. I don't like. I like big name series, but I've got a soft spot for weird and unusual series, quirky series, and especially if it's got a quirky writer or artist on it. And so they've got a few coming in this week. There's a series called Black Condor, which I've got coming in soon. Another one called Outcasts. So I'll be doing like unpackings and showings of those, and again I'll be doing reviews of them. But one that came today was Scarab, and the reason I got this ages ago originally, back in 1993 to 1994, because it was written by John Smith with art by Scott Easton and Mike Barrero. The art's fine, but it was the writer. John Smith is one of my favourite writers who not many people know about, especially if you're not from the UK. He did most of his writing for 2000 AD. Pardon me. I did a video recently about one of his books, Cradle Grave, and he's got such a great voice for horror, or for writing stories about outcasts of society. And this was his only foray into, apart from a few here and there one shots, into American comics. And it was an 8 issue series he did for Vertigo in 1993 to 1994 called Scarab. And he's even more out there than Grant Morrison. He's like Grant Morrison, but with more horrific tinge to his writing. So this was what you get if you get a superhero who's tinged with the supernatural. Um, but whereas like with Marvel and DC, you have like your Doctor Fates, your Doctor Stranges, where the superheroes are more. They've got supernatural elements, but they're very much more superhero heavy. Whereas with this one, the superhero bit's very small, but the occult and the supernatural is a bit much more prevalent and prominent in the storyline. But for this video, I'm not going to do a review because, like I said, I've got to read it again. It just literally came about 2 hours ago. But I just wanted to show you these wonderful Glenn Fabry covers. So let's start with that. So that's the first issue cover. I just love those eyes are just piercing. But there's so much going on. Like you've got the head and it's the world. You've got this window with this person peering through. Then issue 2. And that looks like it's either Doctor Occult or Phantom Stranger in the background. And this is really interesting. I've just been looking. These covers, first one was Glenn Fabry, but then later on it becomes a joint between Glenn Fabry and Tony Luke. Tony Luke unfortunately did pass away a few years ago. He did a lot of stuff for Judge Dredd magazine. He did a lot of computer experimentation with artwork. So yeah, so this is I've never seen Glenn Fabry. I forgot that they did these together. So this is Tony Luke and Glenn Fabry on the covers. So it's like elevating Glenn Fabry's normal painted art style into something new and unusual, which is perfect for this comic, which is a hybrid of superhero and horror. I mean, Glenn Fabry's got to be, I'd say he's second only to Brian Bolland for being like the perfect cover artist, and of course Dave McKean. I mean, these covers just make you want to dive in because they're just so weird and out there. It's the kind of excitement I used to get looking at the Shaded Changeman covers, which, if you've never seen the individual comic, start that again. If you've never seen the individual issues of Shaded Changing Man, I do suggest just to try and hunt them out because they've got some amazing covers by Brendan McCarthy and then Chris Batchelor and other people. But yes, so you've got that's definitely Tony Luke because I remember some of the stories he used to do years ago, and that's Glenn Fabry. So it's this perfect fusion. So yeah, can't wait to dive into this series. So it might be a while before you see this series, but I'm hoping to read it because of it being horror themed. It'd be a good one for October month because of it being a Halloween month. So yeah, so hope you enjoyed looking at these covers as much as I did, and I hope it whets your appetite to find out more about what this series is about. Okay, and like I said, there will be some more unusual hauls coming this week. Okay, bye.